President Joe Biden's top national security advisor addresses reporters today in the briefing room as the Biden administration delivers some of its strongest public criticism yet of Israel's handling of the war against Hamas. It warns that Israel could face an enduring insurgency if it doesn't come up with a realistic plan for how Gaza is governed after the fighting is over. White House correspondent Owen Jensen reports.
The Biden administration says Hamas has reemerged in parts of Gaza and that there has been a horrible loss of life of innocent civilians. And in the White House press briefing room today, I asked the National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan about the hostages. As the war between Israel and Hamas continues, smoke seen here billowing from inside a refugee camp in northern Gaza after an IDF bombing. In the White House press briefing room, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan lays out the major concerns of the U.S. as the war grinds on.
We still believe would be a mistake to launch a major military operation into the heart of Rafah that would put huge numbers of civilians at risk without a clear strategic gain.
Aid workers are struggling to distribute dwindling food and other supplies to hundreds of thousands of Palestinians displaced by what Israel says is a limited operation in Rafah. The United Nations Agency for Palestinian Refugees says 360,000 Palestinians have fled Rafah over the past week.
The Palestinian civilians caught in the middle of this war are in hell. The death and trauma they've endured are unimaginable. Their pain and suffering are immense. No civilian should have to go through that. This is on the president's mind every day.
Months of internationally mediated talks over a ceasefire and hostage release at an apparent standstill. Israel has refused Hamas's central demand for an end to the war and the withdrawal of its forces from the territory. And tonight, as the death toll mounts, the U.S. State Department issues this update.
We're going to continue to work at this. We continue to think a ceasefire is possible, one that is coupled with the release of hostages and additional humanitarian aid.
And in Israel, Memorial Day, at a ceremony, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowing once again to defeat Hamas and to bring home the hostages. As we sit here 7 months into this war in Gaza, how confident are you as you stand there that the hostages, the remaining hostages, will come home, A, and B, how many of them do you believe are actually still alive?
I cannot give you a clear number of how many are still alive because we do not have total fidelity on that, unfortunately. And it's something that we watch every single day. We know there are deceased hostages, and we know there are living hostages.
Sullivan also told me with each passing day, the risk to the hostages goes up. So they want to get a ceasefire and hostage deal done as rapidly as possible. At the White House, Owen Jensen, EWTN News Nightly.